Thank you, General Douglas. Next question, Mr. Walsh.
One of you started out in your opening remarks talking about the size of the 5th District, which is, I read somewhere today, it's larger than New Jersey.
I can answer that. It's larger than New Jersey, it's larger than Hampshire, it's larger than Vermont.
Given the size of that, one of the things that I don't want to make too big a deal out of it, but I think there is a little difference perhaps in the people you have been representing in the lower part of the 5th District. The closer you get up to Washington, D.C., I think there is less of a feeling, because so many people make their living from the federal government, there's less of a feeling that we need to shrink the federal government as much as maybe they do further on the south. Anyway, I would like you both to talk about, given the size of this district and perhaps some different wants of the people you represent from north to south in this, how do you go about handling that? And what arrangements are you prepared to make to meet with your constituents and to hear their concerns in such a large district?
I think it's my opponent's time to go first, but I'm happy to go first.
Yeah, I'll go first on this one. It is a huge district, and it's what we call a logistics challenge. Yeah, let me tell you, I've been up and down Route 29 so many times, I can tell you where every single stoplight is, every single curve in the road. But, you know, we have 22 counties and 1 municipality, and you see a broad spectrum of need here in the 5th District. And the way I plan to stay in touch with the people is I'm going to form a whole series of citizens advisory groups along functional issues, you know, like healthcare and environment and military service and so on. And I'll send out an email once I'm elected to everybody, and I hope that people from both sides of the aisle will come into these things. And once a quarter, we'll have a town hall meeting, and we'll hash through the issues as we see them in that sector. And the only rule will be, if you don't come to the meetings, we drop you off the rolls. So I do believe that we need to stay in touch with our people, and I think that's one of the problems. I can't tell you how many people have come up to me and told me that they've sent letters to Congressman Hurt and never got a reply. I sent him a letter, asked him to take a pledge not to mine uranium in populated areas, and that was about 4 months ago, and he still hadn't replied to me, and I'm
You're not in my district, sir.
Fauquier, he just said we're not in his district. What the hell are you doing here tonight? We're not in your district.
Congressman Hurt?
Certainly, you know, currently the 5th District runs from Green County to North Carolina. It does not actually include Fauquier County yet, sir. But runs from Green County to the North Carolina line, and runs from Martinsville and Henry County over to Brunswick County and Lawrenceville. We will lose Martinsville and pick up Madison, Fauquier, and Rappahannock counties. And it is going to be a challenge. It is a challenge now. And as my opponent alluded to, it's a challenge to campaign in such a large district. But I think that if you look at my record over the last year and a half, you'll find somebody who's well equipped. We have offices in Charlottesville, we have offices in Farmville, we have offices in Danville. We have an excellent staff that makes sure that we are at all of the events that we can be at. We have a constituent service. You know, I'm sorry to hear. I hope that you'll have the person that complained to you contact me directly, because we take that very seriously. We get thousands of emails and communications a week in our office. And we respond to every single one. So I'd like to get the name from you afterwards of that person. I would tell you, we take this very, very seriously, and it is a challenge, but it's also what I actually like about the job. You know, my opponent mentioned Billy Bob and here, Billy Bob there. You know, he may think that's funny, maybe that's some kind of humor, but I tell you, I take Billy Bob very seriously. And Billy Bob is why I'm in Washington, is to look after Billy Bob. And to look after every single person in Virginia's 5th District, whether or not they voted for me or whether they didn't vote for me, whether they're Republicans, Independents, or Democrats. I would tell you that the new 5th district with these new counties is something that I think is an exciting prospect. We are rural in nature. We have some different challenges. The challenges that are probably as important as anything is Martinsville has 16% unemployment. Fauquier has 4.5. But we
Thank
can
you,
work
Congressman Hurd.
to address those issues.
Yeah, can I make a quick rebuttal to that?
General Douglas, I think we're getting down to the point where if we make a rebuttal and keep this issue going on, we're going to run out of time. We have a couple more questions we might be able to get in before the end of the night. Is that necessary? Can we continue with the next question, please?